back, everybody. As you can see, I'm in the greenhouse. I am planting plants that we just purchased today because the plants or the seeds that I started inside, they didn't really do too well. Well, some of them did. The squash did really well, but the rest of them got really leggy, and I didn't trust that they would make it after planting outside. So we went ahead and decided to buy plants from a nursery, and I did plant some of the seeds in the ground that I had originally planted in the pots, just to see if I can get any of it to grow, and some of it is coming up, but I'm not sure if it's too late for it to really do anything this year, but we'll give it a shot. But I figured I'd go ahead and start with the plants that we purchased, and I can always weed things out if it gets too crowded, if the stuff that I planted does come up. So we got multiple things. We got some broccoli and cauliflower, kale. We got some herbs and a lot of lettuce, and tomatoes. And that's what I'm working on, getting it all in the ground so we can actually start growing here in the greenhouse. And the one that I'm really sad about is the cream tomatoes, which I've never had before, but it sounded really interesting by the description of the taste. So if they don't end up growing from the seeds that I planted, we'll try that again next year. Not a big deal. We always have next year to try again. And like I said in my earlier video, I have not done this before, so this is a new experience. So I'm learning as I'm going. So I'm going to get planting. Excited. Now when I walk out in the greenhouse, I actually see plants, so that's exciting. So now on to flowers. So we'll go out front and see if we can make the front of our house look a little prettier than it is now. So we're not done, but here's a start. We did a couple flower beds. Well, started. There's one. And another, and another. And we still have more to do, but it's progress.
Did you explain what we're doing?
I did not explain what we're doing. Would you like to explain?
You can explain.
Okay. Well, it's awful hot inside the greenhouse, and it's going to get even hotter. So we got an exhaust fan.
Yeah, for an attic.
And it has a thermostat and humidity control settings that we can set. and that way when it gets too hot in here, the fan will automatically kick on and pull the heat from inside and take it outside. So it won't get too hot and just wilt all of our plants.
Just want to see if this works. You want to plug this in out there? It's already dropped in here.
It definitely has, definitely.
All right, here's what we did. We took an attic fan. It takes the heat out of an attic, basically. It's got a thermostat on it that you can adjust the temperature. This one, I was happy to see. It goes from 60 degrees up to 120. So you can set it for whatever temperature you want, which will kick the fan on and off. As well as it does have a humidistat control as well for the humidity. I don't know if I'll use that. But anyway, so that way this will turn on and turn off. So like tonight when it cools down or when it hits the proper temperature, it'll shut off so it won't run continuously. So there it is. We'll see what happens. It's already cooled down in here just in that 5 minutes that it's been on.
Cooled down a lot.
So hopefully it'll shut itself off when it reaches temperature.
I think I can probably uncover these. What do you think? Or do you think I should?
No, I'd leave them covered up. That creates moisture, and keeping them covered up like that. I mean, it may in this greenhouse you might be able to. I would leave it on
once
for
they sprout.
Once you start seeing them, just I pull it off, and it should be good.
All right. You want to?
And what are they?
These are just different kinds of perennials and annuals, just different ones. And then I'm going to do one more tray of all sunflowers. So this whole section is carrots.
Okay, which are still small.
They are.
She just put the seeds in those maybe a week ago, if that, but they're already sprouting.
They are, and these are doing really good.
Yeah.
So they're growing good. Then we've got spinach, and then we've got different stages of broccoli. This whole section here, and I'll have to thin it out as they grow. And then we've got cauliflower in here too, and then we've got kale, Brussels sprouts, and then I've got rosemary in the back. And it's a chocolate mint herb, and it's fantastic in water. It's really good. And then this whole section is tomatoes, and Izzy already is smelling the tomatoes.
She eats them right off the vine. If you watch her, you gotta watch her.
And we still have to build our middle section to plant our squash. And they are ready to go to plant. But all of this is going to be our tomato bed.
And I'm gonna put probably tomorrow, and we're gonna put a post up and the string lines for these tomatoes, because these are falling over. They're getting tall and they're just falling down, which is kind of weird. And up here, what do you got up here?
This is all of our lettuce, and we've got sweet basil here and cinnamon basil in the back. So we've just got different types. We've got romaine, just green lettuce, and then we've got purple lettuce that's really young down at the end. So
Lettuce. You gotta love a salad.
yeah, that's right. And the girls love, which I've discovered, the girls actually like the ones that are wilted. I just pull them off, and the girl goats really seem to like them. So they get a little treat too.
The does.
The does.
The girl goats. Well, it's actually really cooled off.
Crazy.
I mean, like tremendously. So you don't have to.
So we don't have to.
That's what I mean.
It'll adjust itself.
Because you don't want something running out here continuously. There goes all your money you're trying to save and growing good food.
Right, exactly.